We are joined today by Mr. Gaurav Kohli, the CBO from Mobicule. Good evening, Mr. Gaurav. So, I have a few questions for you. So, the first question to you is how was your overall experience in this summit?
It was a very nice summit. It's very interesting to see the kind of turnout we've had being a working day. There was very large participation of people coming in. So obviously a lot of people see a lot of value in this summit. In fact, we've actually ended up overshooting all the slots as well. So that obviously shows a huge amount of interest and value derived from the summit by people. So I think it's been very good. And I look forward to tomorrow's session as well. I think there should be a lot of excitement tomorrow as well.
Definitely, Mr. Gaurav. So, secondly, I wanted to ask you what is your view on the future roadmap for the NBFC industry as far as the implementation of the latest technologies are in the Indian market?
Very interesting question. So, with like a lot of other industries as well, we are anticipating with the NBFC industry as well, you will see a larger adoption of technology. NBFCs in this country are growing. They are, in fact, there are a larger number of NBFCs mushrooming as well at the moment. It is leading to a very interesting and competitive landscape, and every NBFC is looking for a niche in terms of the market segment that they're trying to offer into. Some are going broad spectrum, some are going very specializations into how they want to lend. In each of these avenues, automatically the role of technology becomes very important. So automatically we expect that there will be a larger adoption of technology. A lot of this will be innovations driven by the needs and demands of this market as well. Some of them will be generic, some of them can be used broad spectrum, a lot of them will be specialized. We also anticipate a lot of machine learning coming into space, because as you go into this, there's an almost requirement at the moment to be able to do things faster. The younger generation, the people who are borrowing today money, are also looking at instant gratification. They're coming from from a background where mobile device in your hand, be able to click and get what you want is part of how they're growing up. So that instant gratification has to be fed also by the lenders, both in terms of qualifying the customer when they're giving the loan to the customer, as well as when you're collecting returns, the dues from the customer. So in all of these pieces, technology is a very primary driver to be able to make this happen. So we do expect a lot of that going forward. It's already happening, and I think the pace of this pickup will become stronger and stronger.
Thanks. I found that answer very practical and relevant as far as today's condition is concerned. So, moving forward, I would like to ask you that what challenges and opportunities do you foresee in the NBFC industry in the times to come?
It's going to be a lot of cyclical challenges. Every industry goes through its cycle. NBFC will also go through cycles. This was somebody before me was just mentioning, Mr. Vishal was mentioning, that there is a differentiation between regulations, how a bank has to apply for regulation, or the regulations that apply to a bank versus the regulations that apply to an NBFC for effectively the same customer or same outcome. That obviously is a challenge for an industry. At the same time, the opportunity is the agility available to an NBFC, their ability to go out and focus and move on things faster, the ability to target segments or to segmentize the market which they want to go after. I think that agility is something that helps NBFCs grow. And we have seen a number of NBFCs who've become larger than some banks by virtue of doing these things well. So I do expect that there'll be a mixed bag of both opportunities and challenges, and every NBFC will learn to deal with those opportunities and to capitalize on those challenges to make it useful for them. And they'll keep changing as we move forward. So even though today there may be certain regulatory challenges, tomorrow there'll be technical, day after there'll be something different, and they'll keep moving.
So my final question to you today would be that how do you see like the India's journey in the NBFC industry? And I definitely do understand from your conversation that you sound very positive. So any more positive insights that you would want to share with us?
I'm generally positive on India as a whole, not just the NBFC industry. We have a population which is 1/6 of the world's population. So there's ample opportunity for everybody. We are seeing a larger number of NBFCs, as I mentioned, coming up every day. We are seeing them differentiate and segmentize the market to be able to target. So what it does is effectively it helps every person in that population, the larger country, have somebody looking at targeting them, being able to focus on how we can help them grow, whether it is two-wheelers, four-wheelers, whether it is farmer loans, whether it is commercial vehicles. Everybody has a niche that they're focusing on. Automatically, these kind of NBFCs do become the drivers of the economy. So in one way of looking at it, these are all gears that move. Once they start moving in the right direction, the vehicle of India will move faster. So I do see a very big role for both India to grow as a economy, as a country, and the role that NBFCs can play today and going forward to make that happen faster. So I think that's a general thing. We have to be obviously careful. There are other countries in the world where we've seen, a monopolistic or a duopolistic structure come in the beginning be good for growth and faster driving of the economy, but then they turn out to become the biggest bottlenecks. I think India is doing some of those things right, which is to be able to spread that risk. So there is a large space for NBFCs to all have a role to play without necessarily becoming just the 1 or 2 player market. So that I think is a very, very good sign of things to come.
Well, I would like to thank Mr. Gaurav for his informative insights. It was a pleasure speaking to you. Hope it was likewise for you as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.